Assalamu alaikum guys, my name is Mayer and I welcome you all to my channel. So today our topic of discussion in the portion of thermal physics is absolute zero and gas pressure. So if I tell you about absolute zero is the least possible temperature a system can reach and its value is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius and to be estimated it is minus 273 degrees Celsius. So let's write here in detail. Absolute zero is the least possible temperature a system can reach. Its value is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, or if we estimate it, it is minus 273 degrees Celsius. So, at this point, a system reaches its least kinetic energy and it is the point where the sum of its randomly distributed kinetic and potential energy, that is internal energy, is least. This is the starting point that at this point a system's kinetic energy and as well as its internal energy is said to be least. Now, if I repeat the definition of internal energy again, internal energy is the sum of randomly distributed kinetic energy and potential energy of a system of particles. Now, why I am saying randomly distributed? Because according to calculations and experiments, scientists have observed that a system's kinetic energy and potential energy is not evenly distributed. Some of the particles are contain high energy, and while some of them contain less energy. And this is randomly distributed. That has no fixed pattern. Whether you talk about solids, liquids, or gases. In examinations, you can expect that you can be asked by the examiner to write the definition of absolute zero. You can be asked to write the value of absolute zero and tell about the properties of absolute zero, that at this point the system's kinetic and as well as its internal energy is said to be least. That's it. And now our second discussion would be on gas pressure, which is a larger area of discussion. Okay. So if you watch my previous video, in that I discussed that about the arrangement and movement of particles in gases. In gases, the intermolecular forces between particles is very weak or said to be negligible. That's why particles can move throughout the container randomly and they have no arrangement. So, if we discuss about gases in brief, particles constantly move randomly and at constant speed, and while moving, they make collisions. Collisions are of two types. One is perfectly elastic collision that particles make with each other, and the other collision is that has an effect on the overall pressure of the gas. So if we discuss about collisions, collisions are of two types. Number one is perfectly elastic collision, and the other one is collision that particles make with containers wall. If we discuss about perfectly elastic collision, it is the collision that particles make with each other. And this is the collision which has no effect, no force is applied, no pressure is applied on the particles, due to which this collision has no effect on the gas's overall pressure. The thing is that this collision results in a series of different processes that we have to discuss and that examiner tests in your examinations. This collision has an effect on gas overall pressure, and the phenomenon that we are going to discuss here is divided into three types: pressure, temperature, and volume, which you can remember by the key term or short term PTV. So, first of all, let's discuss the effect of temperature on pressure. Then we will discuss the effect of temperature. Sorry. First of all, let's discuss the relation between temperature and pressure. Then we will discuss the relation between temperature and volume. And finally, we will be going to sum up our discussion on the relation between pressure and volume. Okay. So let's discuss one by one. First of all, let's discuss gas pressure and volume at constant temperature. Now you may be confused that why I have written the word constant here. Because remember that whenever we are going to test the relation between two of these quantities, any two of these quantities, the other one has to be constant so that it may not have any effect on these two quantities. Let's assume that I have a container here in which gas particles are randomly distributed, and some of them are making collision with each other while some of them are colliding with the wall. If I supply heat here, due to this heat, the kinetic energy of particles, or you can say the speed of particles, would increase. As a result, these particles will collide more frequently. The collision rate will increase, which is represented by a double arrow. So, if we discuss about this elastic collision that is between two particles, this would have no effect. Kinetic energy would have no effect on it, although they will collide more frequently, but this elastic collision would have no effect on the overall pressure of gas. But the collision that the particles mate with the wall increases. As a result, there would be more force acting per unit area, hence pressure would increase. I will also explain it in Urdu for your convenience. भाई आप एज्यूम करें कि मेरे पास एक कंटेनर है जिसमें रैंडमली गैस पार्टिकल्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुए हैं और ये कांस्टेंट स्पीड के साथ आपस में और कंटेनर की वॉल से कोलाइड कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जब मैं इनको हीट ट्रांसफर करूंगा इनकी काइनेटिक एनर्जी या स्पीड बढ़ेगी and they will collide with each other and the container of the wall more frequently and with a more impact. That's why the force acting per unit area on the wall will increase and the overall pressure would increase. So, if we now describe the relationship between pressure and temperature, so pressure is directly proportional to volume. You guys are also students of maths, so you should be familiar with this symbol that is of directly proportional. And if we sketch the graph of pressure against volume, pressure is directly proportional to temperature. And keep in mind that temperature should always be in Kelvin. So you very well know that the graph of directly proportional quantities is a straight line passing through origin. So this graph would be like this, a straight line passing through origin. Now let's discuss another scenario. Gas volume and temperature at constant pressure. Again, assume that I have a container here in which particles are randomly distributed. So as you know, the intermolecular forces between gas particles in normal state when no heat is provided and normal temperature is already very weak. And if we provide it with more heat, means the temperature increases. As a result, intermolecular forces would further weaken and particles and separation between particles would increase. Hence, volume increase as the gas expands. You can also mention that as the gases particles are provided with heat, the kinetic energy increases as a result, and intermolecular forces weakens. As a result, their separation between them increases, they get further apart and expand, hence volume increases. So again, if we describe the relationship between volume and temperature, to volume of a gas is directly proportional to temperature, hence its graph would be like this: a straight line passing through origin. Now here on vertical axis I will take volume, and here I will take temperature on horizontal axis or x-axis, and its graph would be straight line passing through origin just like this. Now let's discuss the final case, that is the relationship between pressure and volume at constant temperature. I will explain it through a general example so that it becomes easy for you. Assume that there is a class in which there are 50 students. If the class is huge enough, the students will be further apart from each other and there will be less collisions between them. But if I decrease the volume of the class, so students will come closer to each other and the collisions between them would increase. So let's take the same example. Here are some randomly distributed gas molecules which are further apart from each other. And here is a piston that is movable. Let's say I move that piston here. So particles will come closer together and their collision between them and with the wall of the container would increase as they would have to travel a lesser distance in colliding, due to which the number of collisions would increase. As a result, pressure would increase. Since volume is halved, particles have come closer together. As a result, the number of collisions between them and the wall would increase. अब इसी सिनेरियो को रिवर्स कर दें. लेट्स से मैंने यही पिस्टन बाहर की तरफ पुल कर दिया और अब पार्टिकल से बीच में गैप बढ़ गया. अब नंबर ऑफ कोलिजन्स कम हो जाएंगी. नंबर ऑफ कोलिजन्स वुड डिक्रीज. would relatively decrease. Hence, pressure decreases. So now you can see the relation that pressure is inversely proportional to volume. This means that the graph will now be a straight line passing through origin. The graph will be a curve like this. So here we also have to discuss one of the fundamental equations that is used when we are solving questions involving pressure in gases. That is P1V1 equals to P2V2. So if you combine this topic with the topic of pressure from general physics, you will see that now you have three equations for pressure. The first one is P equals to F over A. The second one is P equals to rho GH. And the third one is P1V1 equals to P2V2. So that's it from my side. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.